Damascus, the ancient heart of Syria, has witnessed centuries of history. This city, one of the oldest continuously inhabited places on Earth, has seen the rise and fall of numerous empires, each leaving an indelible mark on its landscape and culture. From the Arameans to the Romans, from the Umayyads to the Ottomans, Damascus has been a center of power, culture, and commerce for millennia. Empires have risen and fallen, their legacies etched into the very fabric of the city. The ancient walls and narrow streets tell stories of conquests and defeats, of golden ages and dark times. Each stone, each alleyway holds a piece of history, a testament to the resilience and endurance of Damascus, leaving their mark on its storied streets. The city's architecture is a mosaic of different eras, blending together to create a unique and vibrant tapestry. From the Grand Umayyad Mosque to the bustling souks, Damascus is a living museum, a place where the past and present coexist in a delicate balance. But nothing could have prepared the city for the tumultuous events of the past 13 years. The Syrian civil war, a conflict of unimaginable brutality, has left deep scars on Damascus. The once vibrant streets are now marred by destruction, the echoes of gunfire and explosions a constant reminder of the ongoing strife. A brutal civil war, fueled by sectarian violence and foreign intervention, tore the nation apart. Families were displaced, communities shattered, and the social fabric of the country unraveled. The war brought out the worst in humanity, with atrocities committed on all sides, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. For years, Damascus remained a stronghold for the Assad regime, a symbol of its enduring power. The government, with its iron grip on the city, managed to maintain a semblance of normalcy amidst the chaos. The streets were patrolled by soldiers, and the regime's propaganda painted a picture of stability and control. But that all changed in a dizzying fortnight. The balance of power shifted dramatically, and the city found itself at the epicenter of a fierce battle. The once bustling streets were now scenes of chaos and confusion, as the sounds of war grew louder and closer. Rebel forces, once thought to be on the back foot, launched a lightning offensive. Their determination and resilience caught many by surprise, as they moved swiftly and decisively. The rebels, driven by a desire for change and fueled by years of oppression, were relentless in their pursuit. They swept across the country, capturing key cities and strategic outposts. Each victory bolstered their confidence and weakened the regime's hold on power. The momentum was on their side, and with each passing day, their advance seemed unstoppable. And then, their sights were set on Damascus itself. The final stronghold, the heart of the regime, was now within their reach. The battle for Damascus would be the ultimate test, a decisive moment that would determine the future of Syria. The city's fate hung in the balance as the world watched with bated breath. The rebel offensive was nothing short of breathtaking. In a matter of days, they punched through government lines, their advance seemingly unstoppable. The Syrian army, once considered a formidable force, crumbled under the onslaught. Rumors of defections and mass surrenders spread like wildfire. It became clear that the tide had turned. The rebels, a diverse coalition united in their opposition to Assad, had momentum on their side. As the rebels stormed the presidential palace, a palpable sense of shock gripped the nation. Bashar al-Assad, the man who had ruled Syria with an iron fist for over 2 decades, vanished. Rumors swirled about his whereabouts. Had he fled the country? Was he hiding in a secret bunker? Or had he met a more grisly fate? The mystery surrounding Assad's disappearance only added to the sense of uncertainty that now hung over Syria. In the streets of Damascus, scenes of jubilation erupted. People who had endured years of oppression poured out of their homes, celebrating the fall of the regime. The air was thick with the smell of gunpowder and the sounds of gunfire, but for the first time in a long time, there was a sense of hope. Yet, beneath the surface of celebration, a current of uncertainty ran deep. Section 5. HTS, Victors or Villains. At the forefront of the rebel victory was Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, a jihadist group with, a shadowy past. Emerging from the chaos of the Syrian civil war, HTS quickly established itself as a formidable force. Their rise to power was marked by strategic alliances and brutal tactics, which earned them both fear and respect on the battlefield. Designated as a terrorist organization by many Western governments, HTS's role in the Syrian conflict has been deeply controversial. Their actions have been scrutinized and condemned by international bodies, yet they have managed to maintain a significant presence in the region. The group's ability to navigate the complex political landscape of Syria has been both a testament to their resilience and a cause for concern among global powers. Their battlefield prowess is undeniable, but their ideology, rooted in a strict interpretation of Islamic law, has raised concerns about the future of Syria. The group's vision for the country is one that many fear could lead to further instability and repression. Despite their military successes, questions remain about their ability to govern and bring about lasting peace. Can a group with such a controversial background be trusted to lead the country towards a more democratic and inclusive future? The Syrian people, weary from years of conflict, are looking for stability and hope. The international community watches closely, wondering if HTS can transform from a militant group into a legitimate political entity. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, and the stakes could not be higher for the future of Syria. The humanitarian crisis in Syria adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Millions of Syrians have been displaced, and the need for aid and reconstruction is immense. HTS's ability to address these issues will be a critical test of their leadership. Can they provide the necessary support and services to a war-torn population? Or will their past actions and extremist views hinder their efforts to rebuild and heal the nation? The international community's role in Syria's future cannot be understated. Diplomatic efforts and peace talks continue, with the hope of finding a resolution that will bring lasting peace to the region. HTS's involvement in these discussions will be crucial. Will they be willing to compromise and work towards a peaceful solution? Or will their hardline stance lead to further conflict and division? Amidst the turmoil, the rich cultural heritage of Syria remains a beacon of hope. The preservation and celebration of Syrian culture will play a vital role in the country's recovery. HTS's approach to cultural heritage and their respect for the diverse traditions of Syria will be another indicator of their potential to lead the nation towards a brighter future. Ultimately, the future of Syria lies in the hands of its people. Their resilience and determination will shape the path forward. As HTS navigates the challenges of leadership, the world watches, hoping for a peaceful and prosperous Syria. The journey ahead is uncertain, but the spirit of the Syrian people remains unbroken. Section 6. The world reacts. The international community watched the events in Syria with a mixture of astonishment and apprehension. The speed of the rebel victory caught many off guard. The United States, long a critic of the Assad regime, expressed cautious optimism, but reiterated its concerns about HTS. Russia, a staunch ally of Assad, found itself in an awkward position. Their years of military and financial support for the Syrian government had come to naught. Section 7. A new dawn for Syria. With the Assad regime toppled, the task of rebuilding Syria falls to the victors. The rebel coalition, a fragile alliance of convenience, must now navigate the treacherous path of transition. Establishing a new government, one that is both inclusive and representative, will be a daunting challenge. The country is fractured along sectarian lines and the scars of war run deep. Section 8. From Aleppo to Damascus. A timeline of rebellion. This chapter delves into the heart of Syria's struggle, tracing the journey from the ancient city of Aleppo to the capital, Damascus. It is a story of resilience, suffering, and the unyielding spirit of a people caught in the throes of conflict. The fall of Damascus marks the culmination of a long and bloody conflict. This city, once a bustling hub of culture and commerce, now lies in ruins, a stark reminder of the devastating impact of war. The streets, once filled with the sounds of daily life, now echo with the silence of destruction. The fall of Damascus is not just a military defeat, it is a symbol of the profound loss experienced by the Syrian people. The Syrian civil war, ignited by the Arab Spring uprisings of 2011, has claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and displaced millions more. The initial protests, which began as a call for democratic reforms and greater freedoms, quickly escalated into a full-scale civil war. The hopes and dreams of a better future were met with brutal repression, leading to a cycle of violence that is yet to be broken. The images of refugees fleeing their homes, carrying their belongings on their backs, are a poignant reminder of the human cost of this conflict. The conflict, fueled by sectarian tensions and foreign intervention, has been marked by unspeakable brutality and suffering. Different factions, each with their own agendas, have turned Syria into a battleground. The involvement of foreign powers has only added to the complexity and ferocity of the war. Civilians, caught in the crossfire, have borne the brunt of the violence. The images of families torn apart, children orphaned, and communities destroyed are a testament to the horrors of this war. From the early days of peaceful protests to the rise of armed insurgency, the Syrian people have endured unimaginable hardships. The initial optimism of the Arab Spring gave way to a grim reality as the government cracked down on dissent. As the conflict escalated, ordinary citizens took up arms, transforming into rebel fighters. The once peaceful streets became battlegrounds and neighborhoods were reduced to rubble. Despite the overwhelming odds, the spirit of resistance remained strong, a testament to the resilience of the Syrian people. The siege of Aleppo, a grim testament to the savagery of war, will forever be etched in the annals of history. Aleppo, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, became a symbol of the Syrian conflict. The siege, which lasted for years, saw some of the most intense fighting of the war. The city's ancient buildings, many of which were UNESCO World Heritage Sites, were reduced to ruins. The human toll was equally devastating, with countless lives lost and families shattered. The story of Aleppo is a microcosm of the broader Syrian tragedy, a stark reminder of the cost of war. Section 9. What lies ahead? As the dust settles on a shattered nation, the future of Syria remains uncertain. The challenges ahead are immense, and the road to peace will be long and arduous. The international community has a moral obligation to assist the Syrian people in their hour of need. Humanitarian aid, reconstruction efforts, and political reconciliation are all urgently needed. The stakes could not be higher. The future of Syria, and indeed the stability